Tonight on Jay Leno's Garage.
Hello, hello. Hello.
Does bigger mean better?
Doesn't get more Freudian than this.
To find out, we explore larger-than-life vehicles.
A Volkswagen with a Hemi. What's better than that?
And collectors.
I'm a big American car guy.
Gas-guzzling dinosaurs.
Oh, my God, look at this.
Oversized oddities.
What could this thing possibly be?
And truly big stars.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Brad Garrett.
We find out, do girls really care how big a guy's car is?
Okay, this could constitute harassment.
Tonight, I head out on a training mission with the Marines in their enormous V-22 Osprey. Then we'll work up an appetite on the road in a real hot rod.
It's pretty aerodynamic. I mean, it's a hot dog.
Comic JB Smoove shows off his enormous ride and his even bigger personality. But first, I hit the Las Vegas Strip, where my friend Brad Garrett commits the ultimate car guy sin.
Do you still have the original motor?
Why would I want the original motor?
So move out of the way, because these big vehicles are coming through.
It's so much fun to drive. It just makes me laugh.
Well, the theme of this show is larger than life. When you think of towns that are larger than life, you don't think of my hometown of Andover, Massachusetts. You think of this town, Las Vegas, Nevada. This place is so ridiculous, so over the top. In fact, we're going to meet a guy who's larger than life with a car that's larger than life. Hey, Brad.
Hey,
Looks
how
good.
are you? I hear you needed a ride.
Comedian Brad Garrett is a giant in comedy, literally.
When it comes to relationships, I'm not an expert. I'm a victim. I lost my virginity at 15, and I lost half of everything I owned at 44.
He's had big roles on hit shows like Everybody Loves Raymond and Till Death. And he's lived every comic's dream by having his very own comedy club on the Strip in Las Vegas.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
How are you?
Pleasure, man.
Very nice. What do you think of Brad's car? Wow, they really like it.
Oh.
And what's not to like about Brad's Chrysler Town and Country? Back in '48, it was the epitome of American luxury, featuring a semi-automatic transmission, real mahogany body panels, and a 135 horsepower Chrysler straight 8 engine. At 18 feet long and more than 2 tons, it's almost as big as a bus.
Let's look under the hood. Let's see what you
You
got.
got it, sure. You know anything about cars, Jay?
Yeah? Yeah, let's take a look.
All righty.
That's the 5.7 liter engine?
That's a 300 Hemi, Jay.
He got rid of the original motor! This crowd is turning ugly. Let's get out of here. I'll drive.
All right, you got it. I'm sorry. I didn't know how to work on the other end yet. You're not taking me to that word motel again, right?
No, we're not doing
Okay.
that. We're not doing that. Now, do you ever drive this to Vegas?
No. You wouldn't, would you?
Well, you got a modern engine and everything. You know, why wouldn't we'll go? Why wouldn't they?
I worry. You know, the thing died coming off the truck when I bought it 14 years ago. That's why I put the new engine in.
Do you still have the original motor?
Why would I want the original motor?
You're on a car show. Why would I want the original
No, I have
motor?
it. I have it. I made a dining table out of it.
No, it's a dining room table.
No, you know, I had nowhere to put it, Jay.
Yeah.
What do you think of the drive?
It drives very nice. Was this a car you remembered as a kid, the 48 Chrysler?
I wasn't alive in 48, Jay.
No, but I mean, when you were a kid, do you remember guys driving these?
You know, I always wanted a large car because I'm a large person.
Right.
And I assumed this would have a lot of room in it.
It does have, I mean, you're
Right.
6'9", right?
Almost.
Almost 6'9". You could wear a hat.
Yeah. Oh, I do. I wear a 10-gallon when I drive.
I mean, Lincoln could drive this car. Yeah, although this car seems huge now, back in the day, just a regular-sized car. Back in 48, this rivaled a Cadillac. It's a very expensive car, and this wood is very hard to maintain.
It's hard to maintain. Do you have a guy to shellac it?
In a matter of speaking,
Yes.
some guys shellac it themselves.
Oh, wow.
That's how you do it.
Preaching to the choir here, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, putting a Hemi in it, I thought it would have a little guts to it, but it doesn't seem to have it.
It's not a real big motor in this thing. That's a 5.7. You know what Hemi head means?
No.
It means hemispherical combustion chamber. Meaning, if you cut an orange in half, that would be a Hemi shape.
Okay. What about a lemon?
I'm driving it.
It really is a dog, isn't it?
It's not supposed to be a hot rod.
If I wanted to make it a hot rod, would you suggest it?
Well, no, you don't make giant cars with huge pieces of timber on them hot rods.
Now say that without anger.
Hot rod's all
Say
about
it without
lightweight.
anger.
I can't say it without anger.
Okay.
It actually makes me angry.
If I made it a hot rod, should I keep this engine?
Well, this is never going to be a hot rod, son. I'm sorry. So tell me, do you like being a club owner now? Because we all started, we always complain about the club owners.
It's really nice. It's a great room. It's 5 years old at the
Yeah, you've been doing it for
MGM.
5 years now,
Yeah,
huh?
and it's the entertainment capital of the world.
It's Vegas.
Vegas, you know.
You're working with the Rat Pack guys, Sinatra, Dino.
I opened for Sinatra for a while.
Yeah.
In his later
Yeah, me
years.
too, yeah.
He was far along. And
Yeah.
He called me Greg Barrett. That's how he would introduce me. True.
Greg Barrett.
Greg Barrett is how he would introduce me, and I would take a bow to that name.
And it's Sinatra, so you can't really argue with it.
Yes, he was wonderful. Not to me, but to other people. Hey, Jay, make a left in here. I want to show you the club.
Oh, let's take a look.
Yeah, it's free popcorn night.
Brad's club is located at the MGM Grand Hotel, and he's invited me over to introduce him on stage. It should be fun.
Just walk out there, and I'm introducing you, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, you guys. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Thank you. Thank you very much. Good to see everybody. One day you're hosting the Tonight Show. Next day you're in the basement of a hotel. But you know, Bradley here, he has probably started more young comedians than anybody. So many young comedians said to me they didn't know where their life was going. They had no direction. They saw Brad perform and they said, well, hell, I could do that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Brad Garrett. Brad Garrett, come on out, everybody. Okay, that's all the time we have. Brad can't make it. Now, here he is. There he is. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. There you are. Brad Garrett, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, my friend.
Jay Leno! Can't tell you how great it is that Jay would do this. We were out filming his show. He has a show about cars, which kind of makes my gig in the basement look a little better. And I'm not walking around going,
Oh, yeah, that's a V8. That's a V8. Yeah, what kind of mileage you get with that? Yeah. That's my chin, yeah. 40 PSI just to my chin.
So we had a lot of fun today. And Jay, I can't tell you how grateful I am who helped, not just only me, but so many comics back in the day, and was always the utmost gentleman. That's so rare in this business. So another hand for the king.
Kind words from my old friend. You know, it almost makes up for his total lack of car knowledge.
I love that room. I feel like Mr. Vegas now.
Not really.
Coming up, JB Smoove takes me shopping in his massive '68 Lincoln.
Jay, would you ever consider being a pimp?
It's not too late for a life change.
Today, I'm exploring the world of larger-than-life automobiles. You know, the one thing I've noticed over the years, the guys that own massive cars usually have oversized personalities to match.
Come in.
Jay!
JB, what's going on?
Hey, man, what's going on?
JB Smoove definitely got a jumbo personality and the talent to bag it up.
You been talking to somebody, man, they spit in your face while they talking? Like, hey, what the hell is this? It's a piece of steak. I'm a vegetarian. This had went in my mouth. I have to start all over again.
He's also written for Saturday Night Live and appeared on hit shows like Curb Your Enthusiasm and The Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Now, see, the name of this episode is Larger Than Life. So we wanted somebody whose personality is larger than life and whose car is larger than life. What is this, 67, 68 Lincoln?
68 Lincoln. I call the stinking Lincoln 68.
Yeah. This 68 Lincoln Continental is large. It measures 18 feet long by 7 feet wide. And this thing is far from stock. JB has customized his ride, including a made-to-order leather interior. Oh, and check out the little Hot Wheels replica on the dash. But it still has the distinctive suicide doors.
Now, were you always a Lincoln guy, or was it ever Cadillac, or always big cars?
I'm a big American car guy.
Right.
You know, this is the kind of car I grew up in. I was raised in North Carolina, you know, moved to New York City when I was 5 years old, and this is the kind of car you ride down from New York to North Carolina in. With mom would fry chicken and wrap it in aluminum foil, and that would be your trip. You didn't have the money to pull over and eat at restaurants and stay at hotels. You pack your dinner, you pack your lunch, you pack your breakfast, and you put it in a greasy paper bag, and you drive down North Carolina, 9-hour trip. Whole family in there. Sometimes be 5 or 6 in the back seat.
So what was the first car when you made it? Because you're a big star now, but when you first made it, you're gonna get me one of those. What was
The Lincoln is the car I always wanted. And
this model, or?
It didn't matter what year it was.
Right.
I really wanted a convertible. And then I got reintroduced to the convertible Lincoln by watching Entourage. You know what I mean?
Right. They had that nice one, yeah.
I watched Entourage. Every time the car would show up, I said, when's that car getting paid? You know what I mean? That car needs to be on the credits, you know? You know, that car should be on the credits, man.
I like what you've done, blacking out the trim, turning all the chrome sort of black gold. Was that your idea? Was that a customizer's idea?
The original car was white.
Right.
You know, he painted it black, the original owner. Then I looked at it again. I said, man, I'm going to go with Detroit steel look. So I said, you know, I'm going to wrap this baby. I wrapped this baby, and I said, I want to keep the black moldings on it.
No, it looks good. It makes it a bit modern, a bit sinister looking.
Sinister, that's the word, you know.
So this car is constantly evolving.
The car has evolved to what you see now. This is actually really my dream car.
Well, let me ask you a question. How much did you tell your wife you have in this car?
You never tell your wife.
No, you
exactly.
No,
you pull it back a little bit. You never tell them the exact.
Yeah,
exact.
you can't.
You leave a zero off.
You just leave a zero off the end.
Leave a zero off everything.
Now, you're one of the few hat guys I know, and you always look good in a hat. When did the hat thing start?
I always loved hats, man.
Yeah?
My dad always wore shades.
Yeah.
And my dad always wore a hat. Isn't that something?
Yeah. Where do you even buy it? Do they have hat stores anymore?
Jay, I know the perfect place, man. I'm gonna just call it a hat connoisseur.
Yeah? So you really get your head into it, is what you're saying.
Oh, really, man? Come on, man. Come on. A good hat must wrap the face the right way.
Yeah.
You can't just wear any kind of hat.
You sit here?
This is my spot right here, baby. I'm gonna show you what it means to be a hat man, brother. You gotta get out. I gotta lay my baby down right quick. Yeah.
JB has replaced the conventional spring suspension with airbags powered by an air compressor in the trunk. By adjusting the pressure, the ride becomes more comfortable and, dare I say, smooth.
Daddy be back. Okay, Jay. I'm gonna show you how to wear a hat.
Kind of a cool place.
No, Jay. Watch your mouth, man. You never say kinda of a cool place.
Oh, okay. It's a cool place.
You walk in this place, you say, wow. It's like being in Disney World, but Disney World
for heads.
For heads. Like all the hats in the world would be in a place like this.
This would be like the first head shop.
Of course. You have an extended face in some sense. You're gonna find a hat that's gonna wrap your head, and don't be... No,
it's not me.
No, there's two throwback. Everybody will ask you. Everybody will, exactly. They'll ask you all aboard. What time does the train leave?
Yeah.
You know, is that your horse? No. Now, this may be something cool. You ever heard of Rerun? Fred Barrett?
Rerun.
Put this hat on right there. Now do this. See that?
Like that, yeah.
Big shout out to Rerun. You know. That's not, no. I don't, the hat's too big or your head's too small.
Yeah, I got $10 in the third race, I tell you. Sure, why not?
Know what we should do? We should both get one of those, get another guy, and have a barbershop quartet.
That's right.
Now, that'd be cool. And I'll do the rap part. Like, if there's a rap breakdown, I'll do the rap part.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
And that
Merrily,
stream
merrily,
be
merrily,
rolling.
merrily, life is
You know
but a
how we go,
dream.
yo.
Row,
Jimmy
row,
Smoove
row
all
your
day
boat
in the show,
gently down
yo.
the stream.
Row,
Merrily,
row,
merrily,
row,
merrily,
row,
merrily,
row,
life is but
row.
a dream.
What? No, too dark. Too dark for you, Jay. This will pop your cheeks. See, you have rosy cheeks. Keep the sunburn off your face.
No,
Maybe you're more of a ski mask guy.
Yeah.
You know? Jay. Oh. Would you ever consider being a pimp?
You know, I hadn't thought of it, but it's not too late for a life change.
It's never too late to be a pimp. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah,
you have the right rhythm for it. Jay, I'm gonna get this hat. You know, this hat is absolutely fabulous on me.
That's a good hat.
I may even let my hat wear this hat. Look at this.
Yeah.
No one does this.
We'll buy this hat.
Hat keep. Hat keep. I'll take this hat, please.
How much is this hat?
That one there, you're looking at about 180.
All right, I'm gonna buy him a hat.
All right, it's the winner.
Now,
All right. Hey, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
when in Rome, what?
Wear a hat.
Wear a damn hat.
I never seen Roman in a hat.
Coming up, it's always comforting to have another Leno in the driver's seat.
Got Captain Leno Courtney.
What a handsome man. Look at that. Look at that.
When I hitch a ride on this massive V-22 Osprey.
Everybody feeling okay back there? Stewardess hasn't been around for about 20 minutes.
I'm at Camp Pendleton in San Diego. This is the big Marine base here.
You can't have a discussion about larger than life without mentioning the military. Each branch has its own enormous vehicles. The U.S. Navy has aircraft carriers, the Air Force has the C-5 Super Galaxy, and the Army, the Abrams tank. And when it comes to the Marines, it's the V-22 Osprey.
Good morning, Jay. Lieutenant Colonel Asher Benner, commanding officer of the Night Riders.
Thank
Welcome.
you, thank you. Now, Night Riders has nothing to do with the TV show, right?
No, sir. We don't have any kits here.
No kids here, but pretty close.
It is a pretty cool piece of gear.
Come on, let's go take a look.
All right.
Thank you.
Night Riders is the nickname of this particular Marine Assault Support Squadron, the first West Coast squadron to fly the CH-46A Sea-Night transport helicopter in Vietnam, back when they were known as the Flying Death Squadron. In the 80s, around the same time as the TV show Night Rider, they changed their name. But the Marines can't officially confirm or deny that the TV show had anything to do with the name change.
Oh, wow. Jay, welcome to our stable. This is where we keep the war horses when they're not running. Normally keep most of them out on the flight line, but when they need a little attention, we bring them in here for some TLC.
Very impressive.
Probably not quite as nice as your garage, but we like it.
No, but it's a little smaller, but yeah, but nice.
Here's our Flight E department where we'll get you suited up.
Cool. So you're the commanding officer, so you're the boss, basically.
Pretty much. Right now we've got 222 Marines and 12 aircraft, pretty close to $1 billion worth of equipment per squadron.
This is our aircraft here, eh?
This is it. This is the MV-22 Osprey. It's the Marine Corps' Meridian lift capability, so salt support, beans, bullets, Band-Aids, wherever it needs to go.
Now, the Osprey is the world's only tilt-rotor aircraft that allows for both horizontal and vertical takeoff and landing. The V-22 is primarily used to transport troops, cargo, and evacuate injured personnel from battle. Coming in at over 57 feet long by 84 feet wide when the rotors are extended and over 22 feet tall, a fully loaded Osprey can carry 24 combat troops or 20,000 pounds of internal cargo, making it a vital tool in Marine deployment.
Now, you going to be flying us today?
We got a division of aircraft going out today. I'm flying one of them, but I won't be in your aircraft. Got Captain Leno Courtney.
Leno Courtney?
He is.
It wouldn't be any fun to be a pilot if you didn't get a cool nickname or call sign, as they're known in the military. I mean, can you imagine if Top Gun had been about two guys named Billy and Timmy instead of Iceman and Maverick? No thanks, pal.
Morning, Jay.
How are you? What
Hey,
a,
nice
what
to
a
meet you.
handsome man. Look at that. Look at that. Wow.
The resemblance is striking.
It's striking.
Craft
You know, this
commander
looks like
today.
that Weight Watchers commercial. You know, the before and after. You know?
It's like looking in the mirror 20 years ago,
Yeah,
right?
no, hardly. Actually, you look like my brother.
Hey, well, there it
Yeah,
is.
my brother was in the service, so this is kind of cool. So are you a car guy too, or just a plane guy?
Oh, I'm both. I love anything with an engine, wheels, tracks, or wings. Yeah, I mean, it's sign me up. So Jay, we really wanted to bring you out to show you this.
You didn't put that on just because I came. That was here, right?
No, sir. I think some of the other options out there were, you know, the chin, the mandible, moon pie, like the moon pie guy.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about those.
But then it hit Leno, and it
Leno
just
works
stuck.
good, yeah.
It's kind of funny that you talk about happy coincidences, you coming out here. I've been a fan of yours since almost as long as I can remember. I read a copy of Leading with My Chin when I was, gosh, I think I was 13 years old. Pretty much laughed my whole way through it.
Well,
so
thank you. That's very kind. What
no,
an honor.
it's a huge honor for me to be here, and not only that, Jay, but for the rest of my life, I'm going to get to put on my resume that I was Jay Leno's personal pilot. So you're actually doing me a huge solid.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
I do appreciate that.
It's go time as I'm about to lift off on a training mission with the Night Riders.
Okay, good, guys. Just come on up here a little bit more, and they'll go ahead and close that door behind you. Okay. And seal it up down. There you go.
The assignment today is to fly out over the desert for a little target practice.
Gears in transit. Our props still at an angle, or are they straight up and down? All the way down at 0. So now there they go. So now we're in airplane. We're in airplane. Just like that. Boy, pretty seamless. Yeah, it's very smooth. One of our primary roles that we do is CASEVAC, or casualty evacuation. This aircraft is so fast, we can actually extend what we call the golden hour, basically that first hour from when a person receives an injury. So compared to a traditional CASEVAC platform like the Huey or the CH-46 that this aircraft replaced, we've really bought that great capability of speed and range. Go watch some rounds get blasted off here, Jeff. Go back and back. Yes.
Today, the Marines are using an M240 that can fire up to 900 rounds per minute with a range of 3,700 meters. I have no idea how long a meter is, but it sounds scary.
All right, fellas, looks like the clearing path is good. You can go ahead and lock and load.
Yeah, Brady, you're a pretty easy target in this thing, flying low over enemy territory. Man.
I got multiple targets off the nose, both sides, 12 o'clock, non-contact, open fire.
How do you do at the carnival? You ever win the bear?
Ceasefire? Ceasefire talk.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Everybody feeling okay back there? Any air sickness?
No, great.
Awesome.
The stewardess hasn't been around for about 20 minutes, though.
We stopped the service on the Peanuts. Let's us get more flight hours.
It was such a thrill flying with my younger, better-looking doppelganger, Captain Leno Courtney. Now I have the honor of meeting the entire squadron.
Well, it was a pleasure and it was an honor. All of us out there, we love what you do. We love you guys. We always hear the greatest generation, you know, but the greatest generation is the generation that serves, and that's what you guys are doing. So thank you for all your help. I couldn't do what I do if you guys didn't do what you do. So thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, gentlemen.
PFC Robbins. I'm a huge fan.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Coming up, can I make parallel parking a giant 27-foot hot dog look easy?
Don't scratch our buttons.
Okay, this could constitute harassment. The vehicle I'm driving now has 6.7 liters, a high-performance 300 horsepower engine, a 6-speed transmission, and gull-wing doors. Figure out what it is? It's the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Unless you've seen a hot dog this big, this is larger than life.
It all began way back in 1936 when the nephew of Oscar Mayer came up with the idea of creating a rolling advertisement to get people talking about the new hot dog company. 80 years later, there have been 11 different versions.
And this is the latest one, and it's pretty aerodynamic. I mean, it's a hot dog. And not just anybody gets to drive the Wienermobile. They have a team of kids they call hot doggers. It's a pretty select group. They have to go through a rigorous testing period and this whole bit. And we're gonna meet one of them. He's right up here, he's waiting for me. I think he's probably nervous I'm driving this thing. Well,
Boy, Jay, you look like a natural up here.
Thanks.
My name's Isaac. I'm a
Hi,
hot
Isaac.
dogger.
I'm Jay. How are you?
Go ahead. Every day's a good day in the Wienermobile.
That's right, yes.
Oscar Mayer selected me as a top dog. I get to pilot this thing all over the country for a full year.
Wow, that's quite an honor.
Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener. Everyone would be in love with me.
Now, how does one get chosen to be in this hot dog program? Is it kind of like West Point, where a senator has to recommend you? I mean, how does it work?
Well, it's a very competitive position.
Yeah.
It's an open application process.
Yeah.
More than 1,200 people applied this last year for 12 spots.
Wow.
In an effort to stick out, I went to the post office and I actually got a rectangular prism-shaped box and I decorated it like a giant hot dog. And in the letters of recommendation from my bosses, I asked them to fill them out with hot dog puns. Isaac works his buns off, Isaac's the top dog. And here I am today. There are 6 of these Wienermobiles all over the country.
Right.
Between the 6, we've been to all 50 states, parades, fairs, festivals, baseball games. No 2 days are alike.
It drives quite nicely. I've driven vehicles where, especially with a high center of gravity like this, where the body is creaking all over the place and moving around, but it's actually structurally pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Engine's in the front in this thing. It's right under my feet. Let's try and parallel park this thing. What's your guess? Are we going to be able to do it or not?
I'm afraid not.
Doesn't look that hard. How hard could it be trying to parallel park a 27-foot-long wiener?
Now, how far apart are those cones?
Probably about 28 feet. The Wienermobile is 27 feet long.
Oh, yeah, okay, so this isn't rigged against me.
Good luck. We're really grilling you here.
Really grilling me, okay. These are the standard wiener jokes. All right, ready to go? Okay, let's see what we got here. I want to go all the way back, right?
Correct. Don't scratch our buns.
Okay, this could constitute harassment. No, I'm gonna have to go forward again, I think. Get a little closer this way.
But if you'll take it straight and straighten it out.
No, I got it. I don't want to hit the cone and come back this way. Here we go, let me say, hang on.
I think that might have been a failing grade in Hot Dog High.
That's not good when you flunk out of Hot Dog High. I think we got it. How was that, Mr. Hot Buns?
You know what? It's about perfect.
That's about perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Jay, I think you maybe passed the first test.
Might have been my first time parallel parking one, but as you can clearly see, this wasn't my first hot dog.
You know, when you got a vehicle like this with 300 horsepower and a 6-speed transmission and a big hot dog, there's always some nut that wants to race you. Like this guy.
We got him, Jay. We got him.
Hey, this show is all about really big cars.
So why am I standing next to a 1960 Volkswagen? It's small, tiny, little puny engine. But suppose this car had been built back in the 50s by Americans. What would it look like? This is the world's biggest Volkswagen. This is Richard Tupper and his son. Hi, guys.
Okay.
How are you? Nice to see you, gentlemen. Now, Richard built this entire car himself. Every single part of this was made by him. The car's how much bigger than the...
40%.
So you made every single part yourself, but just made it 40% bigger.
Correct.
There's not one Volkswagen part on this.
One piece.
This is unbelievable. Can we open the hood?
Sure.
All right, let's... So it has a Hemi?
Oh, yeah.
A Volkswagen with a Hemi. What's better than that? And you had to make this whole hood.
Yes, sir.
And it's based, I'm guessing, on a truck chassis?
Dodge truck, Ram.
Dodge Ram truck.
All steel body, aluminum doors. Fenders are steel framed with hand-laid glass.
It's very curvy.
Yeah.
So that makes it tough. Straight lines are easy.
There's not a straight line on this, is it? Everything is...
Everything's curved. It's a challenge.
But that's what you do. You work in the aircraft industry, correct?
Aircraft, yeah. We make sheet metal body parts for aircraft.
And you spare time, you bang out giant Volkswagen.
Well, you got all that equipment. You got to do something with it when the boss leaves, right?
Yeah. Can we take it for a drive?
Sure.
I would love to drive this thing. Did you consider any other car other than the Volkswagen before you started?
No.
And what made you choose that?
I had one.
Oh, that would make sense. And what was the single most difficult part?
Morphing the shape of the body back to the Dodge chassis.
Okay.
So all your lines you have on the outside look correct. On the inside, everything changed. You got all the luxuries, power disc brakes, air conditioning, cruise, everything you want.
And you had to make each knob, right?
Every knob, every single piece, the glove box latch, the key for it.
Did you use a 3D printer?
No, we just took each piece off the Volkswagen and made a digital file.
So you just scanned it and made it 40% bigger?
40% bigger.
And was there ever a point of ultimate frustration where you just went, oh, this is too hard?
Yeah, there was some frustrating times, but it's actually a challenge.
Yeah.
It makes your mind work a little bit.
There's an old saying, the heart is happiest when the brain and the hands work together. If you just work with your hands, your mind goes to waste. If you just work with your brain, then your body goes to waste. But if you work with your hands and your brain at the same time, then everything is healthy.
I like that.
Well, I must say, Richard, this is very impressive. Imagine if every guy could make something 40% bigger. Oh, my God, there'd be no living with us. But that's a whole nother story.
Coming up, I tried to stump a car nerd in a big way.
I want to stop and pick up some margarine. Everybody watching will know where that clue is.
It's time for another episode of Stump a Car Nerd.
Today we're with Doug DeMuro. Now, Doug, if you don't know him, big car guy. He lives cars, he breathes cars.
Doug DeMuro is a friend of ours and a car blogger with his own YouTube channel where he reviews and test drives cars.
Driving on ice like an Aston Martin. I'm Dave Bond.
He also has his own column for Autotrader.com called Oversteer.
PT still runs.
Are you ready to play?
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Put that
Put
on.
this thing on. This is the blindfold.
Oh, so you can't see anything now?
I can't see a thing. My God, this is serious.
Let's go to our first car. Open the garage door. You feel free to touch anywhere you want. I mean, not me, of course.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to turn you around here.
All right, this is great. This is my first time in Jay Leno's garage, and I can't see anything.
The first car up, a 1972 Mercedes-Benz 600. The Mercedes-Benz 600 defined the luxury automobile. Every piece of its interior and exterior trims were hand-placed. This high-end ride is over 18 feet long and more than 6 feet wide, and has always been the car of choice for the famous as well as the infamous.
Feels like something a little bit older. All right. Oh, God.
Feels a little bit older?
How do I get in this?
Okay, just go ahead and watch your head.
Get some nice leather in here, nice supple leather.
Now, you'll hear a whine because I've outfitted this particular car with a supercharger.
Okay, this car's supercharged. Oh, yeah. Boy, that has a sound to it. It feels German to me because the doors have this, like, very German clink to them when they shut. Like, American cars, you can kind of hear the window rattling in there and all that, you know?
Yeah.
You can't really feel that in this car. You ever worried somebody's going to call the cops and say, Jay Leno's got some guy kidnapped with him?
When they see it, oh, no, it's only that Doug kid. Don't worry about it.
I feel like you're not shifting gears. So that sounds like maybe we're in an automatic then.
Automatic is correct.
We're in something luxurious. Oh, wow, look at this. You got power seats.
Not electric power.
Ah, that's the biggest clue of all. You're implying that it's hydraulic.
Right. That's why it's so quiet.
The hydraulic stuff makes me think that we're in a Mercedes-Benz. I'm going to say 300 SEL.
No.
600?
Mercedes 600, that's right. Let's see what she does. All right, take the blindfold off.
All right. Man. Oh, look at that back window, the curtains.
Mercedes 600. And every evil dictator in the world had Mao, Ceausescu, Idi Amin, Saddam Hussein, every brutal, horrible.
And now Leno.
Yeah, now me. All right, let's go to car number 2.
The second car, a 1958 Imperial. Imperial was a sub-brand of Chrysler made to compete with such luxury autos as the Lincoln Continental and the Cadillac Yaris. It was powered by the legendary 392 cubic inch Chrysler Hemi.
Initial impression?
We got a nice bench seat, looks like.
Right.
Nothing like a good bench seat. That's an older engine sound. This isn't something new.
This is not something new.
We got a seatbelt in this thing, or we just
got... no seatbelts.
That's good. That's nice. We're talking about something 50s, 60s, definitely.
Pick a decade.
60s?
I'm sorry. Hey, thanks for playing the game. We have some lovely parting gifts for you.
So it's a 50s car.
50s car, correct.
50s convertible, no belts, automatic. It's got a column shifter, I imagine, because there's nothing down here, really, right?
No, no column shift.
No column shift. So it's like a push button?
Push button is correct.
Some sort of 50s Lincoln convertible.
No, I'm sorry.
Is it a Cadillac? Am I totally off?
No, not a Cadillac.
Oh, we're crashing and burning here. This is a horrible showing.
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
Stop and pick up some margarine.
All right, Jay, you can do that. That's fine.
I want to get some margarine.
Is that like a butter reference or something?
That's a good clue.
That's a good clue. Good clue. Margarine.
I don't know what that clue is.
Everybody watching will know what that clue is. Begins with an I.
Is I the brand?
I is the brand.
The brand is I.
It later became a model.
Oh, Imperial.
Imperial! That's correct. And what year from the 50s?
Well, I mean, I don't know, 57, just as a random.
Oh, again, just off by one. 58.
58.
All right, remove the blindfold.
No wonder it was so hard.
And you're familiar with the Imperial margarine?
No, I never heard of that.
Let's take a look at our last entry.
Okay.
All right.
The final car we have today, my 1951 Hudson Hornet. Now, the Hornet was one of the first really new cars built after the war. It was known for its low center of gravity and its good handling.
Up here, you might find something interesting.
Up here, oh, whoa. Okay, we got like a sun visor, like an old Volkswagen bus.
Would you say a Volkswagen bus?
No, I think get out.
Get out.
This is probably not a Volkswagen bus. Okay, we got cloth seats.
Cloth seats. Initial impression before I start the engine?
The teardrop shape is a giveaway. I just gotta think about it. It feels old and it feels floaty. This is a big car.
Well, the theme of this show is big cars. Every one of them has been big, so this is another big car. It is a company that is no longer in business.
No longer in business. Okay, that's good to know.
Now, this company went out of business because they did not have a V8 engine like General Motors and Ford and everybody. But they were stock car champions because they had the best handling car of the period because of something called step-down design.
Hudson's exclusive step-down design, which gives the lowest center of gravity of any American car.
You step down into the car. The floor was lower than the chassis.
This one's easy. We're in a Hudson Hornet.
You're in a Hudson Hornet. Take off the... There you go.
Oh, my God. Look at this. Boy, this is a beautiful car.
When you look into the world of larger-than-life vehicles, you quickly discover people love to just take stuff and then supersize it, slap it on wheels. It's bananas! And it's not just Americans. Check out this electric shoe car made in China. And this ginormous 1922 Ford Tourer at the Suda Car Museum in India.
It took me about 3 years to design and build this beautiful vehicle.
It just goes to show you, no matter where you go in the world, everybody loves big, stupid things on wheels. For more cool cars, go to jaylenosgarage.cnbc.com. Buck up, folks. It's time to assess and caress with Donald Osborne.
If you love classic cars, then Donald loves you.
We're here once again with Donald Osborne, our appraiser extraordinaire.
Donald will be walking us through how he appraises a car.
Donald, what car is this?
Jay, this is a 1967 Chrysler Town and Country. The front's in town, the back's in the country.
I see. Well, it is an enormous car, and this, in the day, was not seen as enormous. It was just seen as a station wagon.
A regular full-size station wagon.
Yeah.
220 inches long. Absolutely astonishing.
Well, let's bring in one of the owners of the car. You know, a car like this is so big, one man can't own it. You actually need two people. Dennis Duca. Dennis, come on in. Now, you want partners on this car with somebody?
Yes, I did.
What made you seek out a 67 Town and Country?
When I was a kid, my parents had a 68 Plymouth Sport Suburban, and they never survived like a Town and Country did because they were really used.
How did you find this? Was it an auction deal?
No, in our car club in Palm Springs where I live, one of the people in the car club had it.
I see.
It's so pretty. It's all original. The interior is in great shape. It's got all of the options. It's even got disc brakes. And I'm like, if you ever sell it, I get first dibs. So when they decided to sell it, they called me up, and there was no negotiation.
So this is a station wagon club?
Yeah. Well, it was
got to be a...
Yeah.
I imagine there's a lot of shorts with the socks, with the plaid. Yeah, that's kind of a... Ooh, 9 o'clock, let's hit the sack, fellas. It's getting a little late. Yeah, kind of a wild bunch.
Totally.
So let's take you through, Dennis, in terms of evaluating the car. We start with panel fit. This is a very complexly molded vehicle, and so the panel fit is actually very good. You can sit and look down the side of this car, and to see how straight and true these body panels are is really impressive. The paint is next. This has had a respray in the original color of Desert Dune Metallic, and the paint job is generally a very good one. This would be more attractive in the marketplace had it had its originally faded paint to match the condition of the rest of the car.
Repainting the job is basically money thrown out the window.
Yes, money that you're not going to get back.
Right.
Now let's go inside. Completely original interior.
Wow.
And the seats are in very good condition. The original VIN tag is there, untouched. A very interesting point of wear can be seen underneath the mat on the driver's floor.
Oh, the heel.
Yes. And one of the things that's really important to look at in a vehicle like this is the cargo space.
Hello.
Why go to the Grand Canyon? You can just open up the back of your station wagon.
It's amazing.
Since this is a 6-passenger and you don't have the
It's got a basement.
It's got a basement, exactly.
How
It's
many
a rec
cars
room.
actually have a basement?
So the engine compartment is very original. There's some modern hoses here, a couple of broken fasteners, things like that, but it's very dry and straight. There's also a lot of the original stickers still intact in their places.
What do you think the car is worth?
Between 18 and 20,000.
Between 18 and 20,000.
Jay, we have a gentleman who knows the value of his property. The value of this car would be $19,750.
That's good to hear.
If you're buying cars by the pound, this seems like a huge bargain. I feel like 3 men in a tub driving this thing, you know? I feel like we're in some sort of stupid sitcom. It's like 3 men in a bathtub driving the car, you know?
Tonight, we saw some cars and personalities that were larger than life.
Look at this.
Yeah.
No one does this.
Rides big on style.
Do you still have the original motor?
Made a dining table out of it.
No, it's a dining room table now.
Flavor.
Pretty aerodynamic. I mean, it's a hot dog.
Luxury.
Every evil dictator in the world has.
And now Leno.
Yeah, now me.
And power.
How do you do at the carnival? You ever win the bear?
A big car can make you feel like you own the road.
A Volkswagen with a Hemi. What's better than that?
So while bigger may not always be better,
If I made it a hot rod, should I keep this engine?
This is never going to be a hot rod, son.
you know something? It usually is.
So much fun to drive. It just makes me laugh.